Is this all you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. If you see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no telling when we'll have more.
What does the academia think they're doing? All right, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have. I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever, how much do I owe you?
150K. Show us the Mora, and you'll get the goods.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
It's Cyno! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods! Let's split!
But don't forget the Mora!
Done! Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the case!
Yeah.
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Cyno works alone? I don't like the looks of this. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight. Any ideas?
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
Just like the others. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. All right, I have one question and one question only. Where did you
dead jokes la dipanle.
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it.
And when is the next batch coming?
I don't know.
ஒரு ஜோக்க போடுறா சித்ரா இங்க.
Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago. The stock we have right now is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago is exactly when I started my investigation. I suspect whoever running this whole thing knew that I was coming. So they cut all contact with these dealers. When you were trying to escape, you said something about me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation. If only we had another lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like
அவன முதல்ல புடிச்சு கொடுக்கணும்யா. Dory.
Do you have a potential suspect? You'd better...
Whoa! Judgment?
That's right. I won't turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
Oh! Sounds like we shouldn't ever let Cyno meet Dory.
I see. Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information. If you manage to learn anything, you can find me a caravan rebot. And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again.
சரியான டென்ஷன் bro.
If you possess any unused knowledge,
நிறைய விஷயம் இது வந்து உழுவும் டோரி இதுக்குடா வருதுன்னு இருக்கும்.
Immediately.
Okay, I got it.
யாருமே யூஸ் பண்ண மாட்டானுங்க எதுக்கும் யூஸ் பண்ண மாட்டானுங்க டோரி.
Hey, what's with the attitude, mister?
What, you got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people, the buyer and the seller. We don't need people like you butting in on our business here. Think about it. If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves. Am I right?
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things. And besides, I'm sure you wouldn't listen anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished.
Dad joke போடுவேன் ஓடிரு.
I need to go now.
கடி joke. கடிச்சோக் Cyno.
You think you can scare me?
You think you can stop me?
Why don't we go talk to Dory? She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this. If Paimon remembers correctly, she's usually at the palace of Alcazar's. Let's go!
Alcazar's. அந்த நெத்திலி பொடியை பிடிக்கணும் இப்ப. What's this? இடத்த காலி பண்ணு டோரி.
I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing you didn't rat me out. Otherwise, who knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention. No idea. Sorry. I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business. Huh? You mean you stopped selling it? That's right. With so much canned knowledge flooding the market, it was becoming impossible to fetch decent prices anymore. Besides, it seems that group of smugglers has practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share. Plus, with regulations getting as tight as they are now...
Characters okay, sir. Enter the character, bro.
Sounds like we came all this way.
You know, பாதி நான் அப்கிரேட் பண்ணல bro அத.
Well, not completely. Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity.
பண்றேன்.
Since you didn't sell me out, I'll let you in on what I do know. After all, those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over. I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly regulated. Hey, you just want to make more business for yourself. Don't underestimate its value. Think about it. You can gain all sorts of knowledge while bypassing the troublesome process of studying. Naturally, that makes it a product worth a high price. Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made. Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge? Being able to gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it? But everything in the world comes at a price. Gaining knowledge is a complicated process. It requires learning, thinking, and practice.
Thinking.
Even when it comes to my own business, I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that if the knowledge is flawed, then it'll be very difficult to correct. And second, excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think. You'll end up becoming like a library that can only store knowledge. Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative effects? Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused. It all comes down to balancing the right amount. Back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those smugglers is left unchecked. And And what's worse, you're playing right into their hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market. As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is.
The Court of Desolation? What's that?
A rumor has it that it's a site of ruins from the age of King Deshret. It's said that with the treasures inside, one can see beyond life and death. But any research of the ruins is strictly banned by the academia. Word on the street is that there'll be an auction taking place in the desert. They're auctioning rare canned knowledge, some of which is related to the Court of Desolation. Once I heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a diversion. I'd wager that their real target is the Court of Desolation. Because studying those ruins is not just a simple matter. It requires knowledge spanning several fields. So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So, they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
Sounds to Paimon like we better head to the desert and see the auction.
That's right. And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit. It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location. As I said, I've got it. 500,000 mora per kit.
Oh yeah.
Quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit.
What? That's super expensive.
No need to worry, little one. Cyno's the one heading this investigation, isn't he? I'll be sure to bill all the expenses to him. All you'll need to do is tell him to go to the Merchant's Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be sure to not send him directly here, though, okay? That would leave me completely in the open. I'm
Solo
sure
Dory
the
முடிச்சு
general
விட்டுறீங்க
mantra
அவ்வளவுதான்
of the
முடிச்சு விட்டீங்க
academia
போங்க
will
நான்
never leave any debt unpaid. And I can only imagine the funds he's allocated for investigation.
We'd better get going. If Dory keeps that.
From Cyno the Intel. எப்போ ப்ரோ வேற லெவல் ப்ரோ இப்போ புல் பண்ணீங்களா சில இன்னும் டெவலப் பண்ணல ப்ரோ மோஸ்ட்லி மோனாவை விட நல்லா பஃப் பண்றான்னு நினைக்கிறேன் இப்போ இது வரைக்குமே 70 லெவல் தான் போட்டிருக்கேன்
The Court of Desolation.
பாப்போம் இப்படி ஃபுல்லா அப்டேட் பண்ணி தான் பார்க்கணும் எப்படி அடிக்குறா என்ன எப்படி பஃப் பண்றா அப்படி.
But is it reliable?
We also heard that the Court of
வேற லெவல் ப்ரோ வேற லெவல். எத்தனை விஷயம்?
Partially.
எனக்கு வந்துட்டு 58 விஷயம் இருந்தது ப்ரோ சிலன் புல் பண்றதுக்கு. கரெக்ட்டா ஒரு 3 விஷயம் நான் சிங்கிள் யூஸ் போட்டேனா 55 விஷயம் பாக்கி இருந்ததுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதுலயே வந்து C1 விழுந்துச்சு எனக்கு. C1ங்கறனே. சிலன் விழுந்துட்டா. அதுக்கப்புறம் மிச்சம் இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் போட்டேன் ஒரு 30 விஷயம் கிட்ட வந்துட்டு சிலிண்டர் வெப்பனை எடுத்துட்டேன். Okay.
They are not some ordinary ruins. However, if they are using the canned knowledge as a way to move information and
போன பேனர்ல என்ன கரெக்ட் இருந்தது?
Then I suppose your conclusion does hold some validity.
அரே வெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
Regardless, we need to go into the desert.
ஏற மாதிரி. 41 விஷயல.
Less in recent years, but there are always those who attempt to do so, both inside and outside the academia. After all, legends claim that whoever obtains the treasures inside can see beyond life and death. Or even death is often
போன பேனர்ல நிறைய ரிசர்ச் பண்ணோம் bro யாருக்கு
though they're fully aware that the chances of
முலானி
being true are slim.
அது இருக்கலன்னு பார்த்தேன்.
They hold tight to such
அதுக்கப்புறம்
phrases.
கினிச்சி ஒரு கேரக்டர் ஃப்ரெண்ட் எடுக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னா கினிச்சி
That's why some continue to research it.
ஃப்ரெண்டை எடுத்துட்டான் கினிச்சி. இதுக்கப்புறம் 2 பேரும் வச்சு விளாண்டுட்டு இருந்தா நல்லா இருக்காது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு
On top
அந்த பேனர் ஸ்கிப் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
it's hard to track the source.
அந்த ஒரு பேனர் ஸ்கிப் பண்ணது 58 விசி சேர்த்தோம் ப்ரோ.
knowledge. Do you know where the auction is taking place? Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to get rid of these people tailing us.
Huh? People tailing us?
That's right. Let's begin to leave town and see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal themselves as soon as we make a move. Don't worry. I'll make short work of them.
That's Cyno for ya. But we can lend a hand too, you know.
Suspicious smuggling case. Leave the caravan and repart. Okay.
Skyward! Scatter! Bring it!
Hold it right there.
Juba.
Headed to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
இன்னொரு மிஷன் ஒன்று இருக்குமா ப்ரோ டெசர்ட்ல?
Who are you?
ஜெட் மிஷன். வா.
That doesn't matter.
மிஷன்
All
இருக்குது.
you need to do
இதோ
is
ஸ்டோரி.
to inform you that it's not too late to turn back.
அதெல்லாம் இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்தப்போ அந்த டைம்ல தான் விளையாட ஆரம்பிச்சேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
I've heard a lot about you. You've got
இதுக்கப்புறம்
quite
ஒவ்வொரு
a
ஆர்கான் கொஸ்டின் வந்துட்டு இப்போ 5.1
But
வந்துருச்சு.
this time you're in
5.1
over your
வரப்போதா?
head. Unless you turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you?
That's right. We won't just sit back and do nothing.
Ha! Have you really thought it through?
எப்படி
You're
bro?
not just doing this for recognition, are you, Cyno?
மொத்தமா ஈவென்ட் முடிச்சதுலையா?
He's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be successful enough. On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your reputation. I can't think of a reason why you would pass that up.
Is that so? Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough. Get out of my...
Sorry, no can do.
No can do.
Happy to oblige!
Cross over.
Where do you think
Go.
you're...
Surrender! I'll be back.
சைனோ வேற லெவல் ப்ரோ உண்மையில. என்ன ஸ்வாட் வச்சிருக்கான்? இதே ஸ்வாட் தானே என்கிட்ட இருக்கு. ஏய். குட் ரைட்.
Come on, you coward!
Skyward! Scatter! Scatter!
This doesn't change anything. You're in over your head, Cyno. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it.
போறா.
Let's get out of here.
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there'll be little information to gain. Besides, it might also be a trap. I apologize for bringing you into this dangerous mess. Just being associated with me will inevitably cause you to become targets as well.
ப்ரோ எவனாலும் வர சொல்லு ப்ரோ. என்கிட்ட ஹூட்டா இருக்கு.
Wait, hold on. There's no way anyone could sleep without closing their eyes.
You'd be surprised.
அடுத்து ஹூட்டா பேனர் வருதுன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டேன்.
Anyway,
பைரவ இருக்கான் வேற வரா போறா.
they may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long... Yes.
C1 எப்படியாச்சும் எடுத்துறணும்.
It was
ஹூட்டா.
yesterday. I was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors.
ஆமா ப்ரோ. நாட்ல எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரேஷன் பண்றதுக்கு
Experience at the time.
போன ஈவெண்ட் முடிச்சது அது பேர் என்ன
after we had closed the
போன
case.
அர்கான் கோஸ்ட்டுக்கு 500 பிரைமோஜம்ஸ்
We ended
சொன்னாங்க
up being attacked.
இப்போ எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரேஷன் கோஸ்ட்டு எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரேஷனுக்கு 72 நாள் டைம் இருந்துச்சா
Injured while protecting
அது ஒரு 400 பிரைமோஜம்னு நினைக்கிறேன்
we struggled to gain control of the situation.
இதுக்கப்புறம் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஈவெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் வர முடிக்க வேண்டியது இருக்கு ஏதாச்சும் ஹூட்டாக சீவன் எடுத்துடணும்
That coming. Was he okay?
He survived with a fractured wrist. It took 2 months for him to recover. But luckily, there weren't any further complications. Last year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons and no longer participates in live missions. His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra.
மகாராஷ்டிராவில் வந்தானா
I'll have the chance to meet him someday. Anyway, our mission will be dangerous. I'm already used to such grueling conditions, but I don't want to see you
Wah.
get hurt.
Don't worry. Paimon will stay alert. We'll see danger coming a mile away.
Good.
எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரேஷன் அப்படியே லைட்டாக விட்டு வச்சிருக்கேன் அங்கிட்டு இங்கிட்டு இந்த மாதிரி செஸ்ட்லாம் இருக்கு பார்த்தீங்களா பின்னாடிலாம்
And once this is all over,
எல்லாத்தையும் முடிச்சா பின்னாடி முடிக்க எதுவுமே இருக்காது அதனால விட்டு வச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன் எல்லாத்தையும்
hidden dangers.
Quest complete. Spider-Man. Teleport கொடுத்தா அப்பவே வந்திருக்கலாம். ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ்களோட கோஆப் விளையாடுவீங்களா ப்ரோ? எப்போ விளையாட ஆரம்பிச்சது ப்ரோ? AR-55
If only there was some shape for us to cool off under.
We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer. This is not a good place to rest anyway.
Okay. But don't you feel hot too, Cyno?
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these conditions.
Care to share any tips?
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. Take one step after another.
Okay, if you say so.
படிச்சோக்கு போயிட்டு இருக்க இல்ல.
Just look around. It's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa!
7 monthsல 55 வந்திருக்கீங்களா ப்ரோ?
Watch out. Something's happening about that.
2 years ஆலண்டு இப்பதான் ப்ரோ நான் 57 வரேன். அதாவது நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல இருந்து 45 லெவல் வரைக்கும் கூட ஒரு 3 monthsல வந்துடலாம். 3 months கூட அதிகம் தான். 1 month கூட வர முடிஞ்சா. ஆனா அந்த 55ல இருந்து 60 இருக்கு பாருங்க ப்ரோ. அதுவே 1 year ஆயிடும். இப்போ வந்துட்டு இப்போ லெவல் வர கூட்டி வச்சிருக்கானுங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். 60 இருந்தது இப்போ 65 வரையும் இருக்கா? இதுதான் தெரியல. பார்க்கணும் அதை.
Didn't expect to see those.
என் ஃப்ரெண்டு 55வது லெவல் வந்துட்டு புது ஐடி ஆரம்பிச்சான்.
Scorpions.
அந்த ஐடியுமே 55 வந்துருச்சு இப்ப. இப்போ வந்துட்டு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஐடி வந்துட்டு 58ல இருக்கான்.
Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away.
அதேதான் ப்ரோ.
Surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out
நான் ரெண்டு அக்கௌண்ட் வச்சுக்கல. ஒரு அக்கௌண்ட் வச்சிருக்கேன்.
never know.
This place is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert.
ஆனா கையில 4 ஐடி இருக்கு. ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் ஐடிலாம் சேர்த்தனாகும். இதுல இல்லாத கரெக்டர் அதுல இருக்கும். அதுல கரெக்டர் இதுல இருக்கும்.
Stay still.
எங்கடா ஜூம் பண்ற?
Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh? What?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharawar. They can use this to discern your approximate location. But this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it? Could someone from the Ksharawar also be involved?
Whoa!
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier. It was a frantic... No. Hold on to it for now. It might still be useful for us. Let's keep heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to linger here any longer.
ஸ்குவாட் வைப்பு போடு. கோவப்படுறதா தான் ப்ரோ அந்த கேம் ஜாலியாக இருக்கும் உண்மையில. சும்மா போயிட்டு இந்த மிஷின் முடிக்காம ரெசின் மட்டுமே முடிச்சுட்டு இருக்காம சும்மா எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரேஷன் இந்த மாதிரி செஸ்ட் திறக்கிறது மட்டுமே நல்லா இருக்கும். அதில் தான் லெவல் வந்ததே நான் எந்த ஸ்டோரிஸும் முடிக்காம. நல்லா டைம் எடுத்து விளாண்டது. ஒன் ஆஃப் தி ஃபேவரட் ப்ரோ கென்ஷின் இம்பாக்ட்.
Yeah, not a single soul. Maybe they're on break right now or something.
We didn't waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to give any warning of our arrival. But even so, they still knew we were coming.
Aw, what should we do now?
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly. There might still be something left for us to find.
All right, let's take a good look around the area.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing in particular.
அதே தான் ப்ரோ. No time to play.
Possible there weren't many but don't worry. I have another idea.
ஜாப் பண்றீங்களா ப்ரோ?
Come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up by then. They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods. They won't just leave them here. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes far enough from here to make them assume that it's safe to come back.
Oh, Paimon gets it. We'll lure them out because they'll think we've left. Okay, we'll start heading away and leave this place to you.
Yes. And don't worry. If they dare to return,
ப்ரோ காலேஜா?
I'll
Bring it. Yeah. Scatter.
ஓகே ஓகே.
So tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right? Yay. Let's rest for a little while before we go back to find Cyno.
இருக்கிறதோட என்ஜாய் பண்ணிக்கோங்க ப்ரோ. அதுக்கப்புறம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டம்.
It's probably about time for us to head back to the auction. Let's go. Maybe Cyno's finally found some leads.
Yeah. Skyward. Scatter.
There's no way.
Skyward. Scatter.
Done.
Yeah. Scatter.
பார்ட் டைமா ப்ரோ? அப்போ அம்புட்டு தான் முடிச்சு விட்டீங்க போங்க தான்.
Shudder. More speed.
Oh, looks like Cyno. So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? All right, tell Paimon everything you.
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here.
Oh.
Am I?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Cyno. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
நான் வந்துட்டு
What do you mean by that?
MBA graduate bro.
Once everyone
MBA graduate பண்ணிட்டு இப்போ
canned knowledge dealers
graphic designer and video editor freelancing.
Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything.
நீட்டு சும்மா அந்த ஒரு மணி நேரம்
Left here unsupervised, I thought
யாருமே இல்லாத கடை டீயாத்துற மாதிரி லைவா போட்டு போவேன் அவ்வளவுதான்.
good. You know, free merchandise is good business, but I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere? If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
all right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru village? It should be safe there.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, traveler.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us.
எவ்வளவு நேரம் ப்ரோ போகும் அந்த மிஷனே தூங்கிடுவான் போலயே சுமருனாலே இதான்ப்பா
Yeah. Scatter.
ஹாரி
Dad, you're back. Oh, you have guests?
This is my daughter. Why don't you run along now, dear?
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Cyno in our business, but let me...
Paimon is Paimon.
To be honest,
Paimon
although
is
you
Paimon.
caught me,
Why is that?
everything from the everyone will try their... And even if you
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little taste.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll
இது
buy
எனக்கு
some.
யூலாக் இருக்கும் ப்ரோ ஐயோ
Yes,
Bah.
we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. My daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs. Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time. She has to take lots of medicine, and it doesn't come cheap. As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up until one day, someone reached out and
Selling canned knowledge.
That's right. With all the mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Cyno. Give us a way to survive.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
I must get to the truth.
ஐயோ
I can find someone to help treat your child.
அதையும் ப்ரோ ஞாபகப்படுத்துறாரு
I
நான்
cannot
கொஸ்டின்
turn a blind eye to the smuggling.
பாதி கூட விட்டு வச்சிருக்காங்க
Completely different issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help
Drama.
your daughter is enough.
Traumatize.
Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look
No one
around
knows
my
how.
home.
ஐயே.
You'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Oh, look at
Yes. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen.
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this?
Some sort of making we've never seen before.
Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra inspection. I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. But how they could ship so much canned knowledge out of the academia was still a mystery. The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, goods can leave the academia without undergoing a second inspection. No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe. Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler? Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation originated from research files stored within the academia. If we can enter the... But, considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now, you'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a...
Sure thing. Leave it.
I'll also keep working here in the meet. We can get more information.
கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் முடியலையடா. Yeah.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Hello, we meet again.
Hey bro, what's up?
Have you managed to find Cyno?
பதிவுல நான் பார்க்கலையே.
I read the letter.
It's alright.
Even I don't usually have authorization.
Oh,
That's
been in
right.
research.
However, but summon. Follow me.
The restrict.
Repository to gather information.
Yeah!
Okay, I understand. Since Cyno is vouching for you, I suppose we can. But I'd suggest.
Yutaiba. Deus the news and the secret.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who, even though he's no. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
இங்கவே sealed materials, the court of deflection.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet?
மூர்த்தடா அடுக்கானி.
It reminds Paimon
என்னடா அது?
of his former partner.
His former partner. That would be Taj Radkani.
காஜர்
Not
அடுக்கானி.
far off.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a much.
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Cyno didn't know about it.
No. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. I would say he used to be Cyno's only.
Ah, right. I heard Cyno mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty, and I wonder if
Taj was already very well, so in Mortotic, then he had Taj arrest shortly after. Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face.
I had no idea.
That's awful.
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj. Impossible. But this is Taj.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originated because he was
ஆமா bro.
so many files, however,
But even
according to though I don't, do you have any questions?
Paimon's kinda confused.
முதல்ல பின்னாடி வந்துட்டு ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் ஓடிட்டு இருக்கு OBS அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதுல ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு
think about it,
அதுக்கப்புறம் ரீஸ்ட்ரீம்னு ஒன்று இருக்கும் ஒரே சிங்கிள் டைம்ல ட்விட்சுக்கும் யூடியூபுக்கும் வந்துட்டு ஒரே டைம்ல வந்துட்டு கேட்வே பண்ணி விடும்
boxes could ever get through with don't
ட்விட்ச்ல இருந்து கரெக்டா எனக்கு வருது யார் மெசேஜ் பண்ணுவாங்க
reputation be
ஆனா
tarnished.
அந்த யூடியூப்ல இருந்து வரது மட்டும் ரொம்ப ஸ்லோ
Alrighty then.
அதை எப்படி சரி பண்றதுன்னு தெரியல ட்விட்ச்ல என்னன்னா அது இப்போ 6 mbpsக்கு மேல எடுத்தாக்கும் அந்த ட்விட்ச்ல காமிக்காது அதே 6 mbpsல வந்துட்டு நான் யூடியூபுக்கும் ஸ்ட்ரீம் பண்ணேன் அதுதான் இப்போதைக்கு பெரிய இதா இருக்கு இதனால குவாலிட்டியும் கொஞ்சம் மட்டமா இருக்கு யூடியூப் எல்லாத்தையும் அலோவ் பண்ணுவான் ஆனா அந்த லேட்டன்சி மட்டும் வச்சிரும்
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of
Huh. Well, yes, but the academia consumes
Right, but
that.
Brother.
I'm not...
ஒலிம்பியன் மாதிரி இருக்கே
Excuse me. Have you seen any large
No, not that I'm aware.
ப்ரோ டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்ல டிஸ்கார்டு கம்யூனிட்டி லிங்க் வச்சிருப்பேன் முடிஞ்சா ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கோங்க ப்ரோ சும்மா ஏதாவது அப்டேட்ஸ் போட்டுட்டு இருப்பேன்
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipment?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. But he's been making.
And you did.
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal.
ஆளே உடுங்கடா போறடிக்குடா
Of course,
தூங்க போறடா
I
நானே
wondered about the seal once, thinking that maybe the man named.
Possible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would have. No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must. Wait. I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
அது பைத்தம் ஸ்டோரி முடிச்சிட்டானா நல்லா பண்ணல
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj.
You
Two Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, before I realized, but...
a group of Eremites? Could Taj...
No way. Taj is just like Cyno. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would... Fine.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and...
All returns to silence.
Skyward! Scatter!
இதுக்கு எவ்வளவு நல்லா இருக்கு
So, this is Taj.
ஆனா நாட்லன் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்னுக்கு இவ சூப்பர் யாரு சிலோனன்
Well, what should we do then? Do we break...
தேன் ஷாயினையும் வச்சுக்கிட்டு அழகா எங்க வேணா தாவி குச்சிட்டு இருக்கலாம்
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission.
ஏய் உம்மரடிங்கடா
Right.
கொல்றாயிலே
What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil,
Yes. These are the transactions between the whole operation. I have a feeling that Cyno might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
ஐயோ கான்டாக்ட் தெரியலையே.
As for the map,
இதான் ஸ்கிப் பண்ணிட்டு போக கூடாதோ? Ancient map. என்னன்னு தெரியலையே.
Taj really, I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well.
All right, we'll give these to Cyno.
Let's do. All returns to salts. Parameter.
Skyward! Scatter!
Hey, பயவுல ஸ்டோரியை முறா.
Well, Cyno?
Taj, from what I remember, he is a straight-laced man.
So do you think...
I'm still not. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can, whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons. We have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, that's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and time is ticking.
Let's go. இவங்க இருக்கு தூரம்.
Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Perhaps one should invent some form of curial discernment mechanism.
இதுவா இது என்னது இதெல்லாம் எதுக்கு இருக்கு நானும் கன்ஃபியூன் வந்ததுல இருந்து பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன்
Beg for mercy. Bring it.
இதுக்கு மேல போகணுமா என்ன
Scatter! Skyward!
ஐயோ கேரக்டர் மாற்ற இல்லையே நாட்டால் மட்டும் தான் மாற்ற முடியுமா அட கீழே தான் போசோம் காலி பயிர்களா போகணும் இப்போ in the court of resolution according to the instruction of the map. இதா இருக்கா ஐயோ ஐயோ பாடி பொருளே அப்படியே போகுதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் traveler build பண்ணலையே பரவாயில்லை
There's still a long road ahead.
Very well. I shall put my official duties to one side for the moment.
What they do this time?
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Surrender!
Another bro is
Look, these walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
ஓ இந்த மிஷன் கடைசியான்னு கேட்டதுக்கா லேட்டன்சி ரொம்ப ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு.
Is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
கொய்யா
Be still.
தூங்கிட்டு இருக்க. புல்லட்டு பாண்டி வந்துட்டு இருக்க. ஓகே ப்ரோ ஓகே ப்ரோ. இவ்வளோ அளவுக்கு அப்புறம் லேட்டன்சி மோசமா இருக்கு. தலை சுத்துது.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in. That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
பசில் மர்க்கா சொல்லு மர்க்கா சொல்லு.
Kamisato on. Suiyu.
ஓகே பெர்பெட்டுவல் மெக்கானிக்கல் அரே அதுல இல்லாது அது அங்கேயா இனாசுமால ஏன் இமான் தாஜ் மறக்கிறதா நம்மள சொல்லுவாங்க. தாஜ் பாய் இருங்க பாய் நெருங்க பாய்.
Taj.
Cyno. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust seeing the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it?
That's right. This case is nearly closed. Was it all your doing?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end. When you're young, I was the same. I never questioned my actions. I was completely... Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So.
See this door behind me? I'm so close, Cyno. If only you had...
Enough conjecture. In the end.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see?
No. I sense danger behind that door.
Actions danger ahead.
There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish? Just... Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
வாடா ப்ரோ சண்டைக்கு வா. வாடா நீ வாடா.
This power is mine.
Dissipate.
As I thought.
Oh. செத்துட்டேன்.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure.
துறக்காத ப்ரோ. டோர் ஓபன் பண்ணாங்கறாங்க.
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember, even after all this time, you still haven't...
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names. All of this. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed...
Bye. Ready, bored ready.
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless more into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out. That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place.
Oh,
that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they...
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this?
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless, and making no compromise. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside.
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn. You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wish. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the...
There's nothing to be sorry for. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings.
Goodbye, old friend. Good.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
சின்ன பையன் கோபமா இருக்கு.
Just leave me alone.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Flashback.
Don't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
பையமான போறாங்க பறந்தே வருதுல.
Because we are Matra.
Damn. இவ்வளவும் இந்த 5 நிமிஷம் சினிமேட்டிக்ஸ்க்காக குய்யா
The Court of Desolation has
disappeared.
Just as Taj said, being buried in quicksand. To
அவ்வளவுதான் bro,
them,
முடிஞ்சு
their
bro.
only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. That's an op.
We'll help too.
Thank you. But just leave. So?
வேற லெவல்.
Trying to single-handedly bring 300
Hey,
people
Nori.
to justice must feel pretty...
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Mortada had lived in his father's shadow all his life.
Second ID bro.
After Mortada,
Second ID bro. அதுவும் 50
the
தான் சொல்றீங்க லெவல்ல.
organization tried toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you... If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will, and can help...
Cyno! Tainari! Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you all...
That's right. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He's... And Cyno, relax.
How is college?
Cyno back story அன்னைக்கு தான் முடிச்சேன் நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. Back story story mode.
But her grades could use some... After some time,
Huh? You mean...
Oh, I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures
Cyno
to
Tainari.
teach the dangers of... Although we've apprehended... So, I just...
I will.
If anything else happens...
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they would... It's still not... I've been thinking about what... I just hope my own change will come slowly. That way, just as I gained courage from my own superiors. And my partner. I'll be fine. There are many things many people want. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And...
Okay. Sense of solitude. ஒரு வழியா முடிஞ்சு. Okay bro.